Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Taste Challenge. We have two silver rums. We have Ron Rio Silver, introduced in 1975, and there's a pretty label with this pen and ink clipper ship and some medals, which are meaningless. Got griffins on it and a lion head or something. But anyway, Caribbean rum, the silver version, $6.99 for the bottle at Super Discount Store in Chalmette, Louisiana, on Louisiana Highway 47 northbound. I checked an online. Well, they're not just online. You can go to their actual stores. But yesterday I was checking out Specs in Texas. They still have this $6.99 a liter. So I bought this like 4 years ago, and the price hasn't changed. Yes, it was 4 years ago. Here is Don Q. Oh, this is bottled in Missouri. The Ron Rio is bottled in Missouri at the McCormick Distillery, okay, Western Missouri. Here's Don Q Cristal, introduced in 1978, age 1.5 to 5 years. So it's a blend of rums. The youngest 1.5 years old, the oldest 5 years old. It's an official rum of Puerto Rico. They're part of the Rums of Puerto Rico Trade Association. Great website. Check it out. To be a part of that organization, obviously your rums have to come from Puerto Rico. They have to be aged at least 1 year in oak barrels. So, and there are more requirements. You can look that up. They probably have to pay a fee every year, membership fee. Okay. No age statement on the Ron Rio, which means in English Rum River. The Rum River. There's a gold version, and I have seen it around at a few places like Ricky's and Kenner. I think International Market might have had it, Discount Depot. So, I mean, it's around. Don Q Cristal, it's not sold in this town. You got to go into the New Orleans area to find it. And I bought it at Dorgnac's. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's sold in this town. It might be. They might have it at Walgreens. I doubt that. They might have it at maybe it'd be more likely that they have it at CVS Pharmacy. I don't think it's at Walmart here. But I bought it at Dorgnac's Food Center. They call it Dorgnac's Food Center. What, opened since 1947, and it was on sale for that big, beautiful, embossed handle bottle. It says Serrallés. That's the company that makes it. Destilería Serrallés, the Serrallés family. They didn't make a rum since 1865. $12.99 for this handle bottle. Incredible. Yes. Did I buy it? Yeah, I didn't steal it. And then I had to go back and get the gold. For that price, I couldn't wait. I said, if I wait, it's going to go up. I know the price is going to go up. I just know it. Cream colored cap on this. This is listed as one of McCormick's proprietary blends, proprietary products. McCormick has 3 levels. They have their premier products or premium, which are expensive. Some of them come in ceramic containers and whatnot. They make an expensive corn whiskey. They probably produce so people can give them as gifts and that kind of thing. I've seen them around too, and I didn't know who made it. So they got some premier stuff that might be $40, $50 a bottle or more. Then they've got their family brands. because they're all called McCormick. So the family brands are all like McCormick whiskey, McCormick blended whiskey, McCormick rum, McCormick gin, McCormick vodka, which I do see at Walmart. McCormick blended Scotch whiskey. No, they do not have a distillery in Scotland. You know, it's just made for them, and so forth. McCormick Irish cream, which is made in Ireland, not just Irish style, and that's really good. I bought that for my daughter one time. She loved it. And then they have the proprietary, just different brands that they own, usually made for them. Ron Rio here. There's one called. There's some tequila they make called Pancho Villa. Whether it's any good, I couldn't tell you. I've never had it. Urjo says, the infamous Ron Rio. Yes. I have noticed that I'm halfway through the bottle now, and it's been breathing, you know, it breathes, that the nastiness has faded away. You know, when I first opened it 4 years ago, it smelled like Monsanto's Roundup, and it smelled like bagasse, which is rotted sugarcane stalks. I mean, it was bad, you know, it was like, what is this? This is insanity, you know. The flavor wasn't too bad once you got past that kind of weirdness. But I thought, oh, no. And then over 2 years, then after 2 years, I was like, well, it's not so bad. And now it's like that has dissipated. Still, I don't think that should be like that in there. You know, it shouldn't, that should not, you shouldn't have that experience. But I've read written reviews on other websites, and not really any video reviews are available, but I looked at some written reviews, and people were not remarking about those weird smells or flavors. They were saying stuff like maybe, it's kind of cheap, I don't really like it. Most of the reviews were positive, though, saying stuff like, I'm tired of paying these high prices for the rum. It's no better than this. This is going to be my go-to from now on for making daiquiris or whatever they're making. So I said, okay, here we go, nose. Just some faint sugar cane here. The Ron Rio uses 100% American sugar cane. I don't know why they're using American sugar cane. They must be importing it down to Puerto Rico, sending it down there. I don't know the story. I really don't know the story. Hopefully it's coming from Louisiana. Now this one has a pungent grass. See, I think that the thing that makes it smell weird is like this grass nose. This is the Ron Rio. I'm telling you now, it's got that heavy grassness. Knew it. Haha, got it right. Got it on aroma only. This is like the 6th time that I've been doing Don Q Cristal versus all the rest that I've gotten on aroma only. It's not always that Don Q is unique and stands out. It really goes to that these other ones are unique and strange and stand out. So we can't give all the credit to Don Q. But let's go with the taste anyway. Yeah. I mean, Don Q, it's pretty basic. But basic in a good way, you know what I'm saying? Not bad basic. Basic like sugar, sweetened sugar. Sugar water. Think of sugar water. And a little bit of grass from the sugarcane stalks. What about charcoal? No. What about wood? Well, you really got to press yourself to pick up any wood notes. Does the 1.5 to 5 year aging blend help it? Well, I don't know, but it certainly doesn't hurt it. You know. Is it worth the $12.99? Yeah, because the normal price, it's worth the normal price. The normal price is $19.99. Okay, so if you buy a handle of this, you're going to pay $20 or just under 20. Okay, so I don't think you're going to see it for $12.99. It just, I'm never going to see it. It's not going to happen. You know, I'm never going to see it for that price again. All right, Ron Rio. Ron Rio. You know, another place I remember seeing it was at Broadway Liquors. Broadway Liquors in New Orleans on US Highway 90, eastbound at the corner of Broadway. Well, actually, the facing of the store is on Broadway Boulevard or whatever that's called. The side of the store where you park, where the little parking lot is on the main highway. But Broadway Liquors, yeah, it's one of those few liquor stores in Louisiana. They got a lot of beer, a lot of wine. Their prices aren't really that good. Their selection is good. They have a lot of exotic liquors that I've never heard of. And every time you go, they all still be there. Well, some, because the students at Tulane, because right by Tulane University, that's why it's there. Tulane University, and then across the street, Loyola University from Tulane. The students aren't going to buy some off-the-wall product like Well-Made whiskey. That's a brand, Well-Made. They're going to buy Jack Daniels, stuff like that. And they know they're next to a university or close to it. They're not next to it, but they're close. And a lot of fraternity houses are on Broadway. You get it? And sorority houses. So their prices are elevated because they know the student's going to walk there and get and pay that. That's their audience. So they get to charge more than most places would get away with charging, I think. But the point is, I've seen this there. And if I go back this year, it'll still be there with dust on it. All right. But that store owner, I know he would never budge. I don't think he would budge. If I went in there and said, look, I mean, you've had this Well-Made whiskey on the shelf for like 6 years. I've seen it, and you got it for $14. It's clearly overpriced. I'll give you $10. He'll probably say, oh, no. It's going to sell. Yeah, but when? You probably only paid $9 for it. You may as well make the $1 because it clearly isn't not going to sell. If you go to a place like Star on Louisiana Highway 49 in Kenner, southbound, their prices are really low and their turnover is super high. Okay. So, I mean, this is constant business there, and it's not college oriented at all. There's no colleges close to it. So it's all people off the street buying, pulling in, getting their pure gasoline and going to the liquor store. So their turnover rate is incredible. And if you see a whole display and you're like, wow, I'm going to come back next time to buy it. Nah, you ain't going to be there next time if you come back in a week. I mean, they'll sell out of stuff and then they might restock it later. But they move through some product. Okay. Thankfully, the Ron Rio has lost its badness. There's a little creaminess to it. It's sort of like, this is sugar water, and this is that, those Easter eggs, they got the creamed sugar in it. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a chocolate egg Cadbury's. That's the brand, Cadbury. I think Cadbury Schweppes owns 7-Up and some other big companies like that. But, you crack the chocolate open, it's got that, it looks like yolk, not yolk, the white, egg white. But it's just sugar that's processed to have that cream consistency. But it has almost like a vanilla taste, like maybe they're adding vanilla. Now, this rum does not say with natural flavors added. Don't think they're required to actually say that, though. Sazerac decided to put that on all their bottles where they add natural flavor. I think it's just a courtesy, okay? But it's probably just coming from the sugar cane, honestly. That nose, though, it's grass and it's strong in the nose, but it's not that chemical Roundup, Monsanto Roundup nose anymore. Well, which one tastes better? Let's see, $6.99 for the Ron Rio and $12.99 for the handle of the Q Cristal. So they're basically coming out to be the same price per ounce. It has gotten better. because the badness dissipated from it. That sounds like impossible, huh? But it did happen. Let me make sure on the price point. I'm gonna get that done right now. I must be getting an update on my system because I think I'm getting an update. I wish they wouldn't send me these damn updates. Okay. $0.43 more. So if you buy a liter, go by the liter bottle, by liters, the Don Q would cost you 43 cents more. Is it 43 cents better? Yeah, it's probably $3.43 better. So it's only a nominal amount more. It's less than 50 cents more per bottle, but the flavor is much nicer. And you say, well, that's due to the aging, probably 1.5 to 5 years range with the blend. So is Ron Rio bad? Like I went in? Well, if they all smell like that when you open the bottle, yeah, they're bad. Okay. And if your argument is, well, all you got to do is wait for half the rum to go away by sipping on it, and then that smell will dissipate. No, that's not going to work. It's like somebody's car, and you say, this air conditioner is not working right. You know, oh, well, if you wait 30 minutes, it'll get cool. Well, you know, but it's not working right. Okay, so Ron Rio. Well, I got half the bottle left, so I think the experiences are going to be a lot better in the second half. And I did a sip of it last night and did a written review on Google and on Total Wine and More. And I was basing on what I'm tasting now. So it's coming out to like a B type thing. Good. So now it would be scored good. Instead of 4 years ago, the score was, you know, what the hell? You know, it's like you couldn't even score it. It was so bizarre, beyond any kind of reasonable expectation of rum. Don Q is a winner all the way. I mean, it's an A. It's not good. It's excellent. It's most excellent. So what's the best silver rum to get so far from my tasting? Don Q. No, it's Bacardi Superior still. The Bacardi Superior is superior. It's fabulous. And it's a little bit more expensive than the Don Q. Depends where you live, though. But it isn't much more expensive. So there's your deal. There's your bargain. There's what you want to buy. You want to get a really good silver rum and not pay a fortune? Go with your Bacardi Superior. If you want a substitute that's nearly as good and a good deal cheaper, Don Q is the answer to the question. All right. So thank you for watching this video production. And for Wednesday, we're going to have Don Q Cristal versus another company, a different company. So that's the only, the Ron Rio is the only McCormick rum I've got. But I've got some stuff coming up from the Heaven Hill world. Mostly stuff they bought from other people. But the Aristocrat rum from Heaven Hill, because they purchased Grosskuth Distilling. Mr. and Mrs. Grothkuth died in 1999, so they had no children. They had foster children that they had raised, and then they donated pretty much all their money to the University of Louisville. So they're under the control of Heaven Hill. Anyway, Grosskuth Distillery is gone. I mean, it was a small distillery anyway, and it was shut down, and probably a subdivision there now or something. But it's a Heaven Hill product, and we're going to do Aristocrat Silver, been on the market since 1933. Then we got Clubhouse Rum, which I think is made in Bardstown, Kentucky. I think it's made by Heaven Hill in Kentucky. They don't even claim that it's imported. Well, that's fine. All you got to do is take sugar cane, make molasses, or sugar syrup or whatever, and make rum. Louisiana makes rum. We got rum distilleries here. I'm not saying that they're famous, but they're here. Uh, so Clubhouse, yeah, $5.99 a liter. I don't know if it's still $5.99, but the last time I checked, and it was this year, they had it. They still had it $5.99 a liter. But you know what? It's all right. It's an all right thing. Then we'll be finished with Heaven Hill, and it's on to the enormous Sazerac stash that I've got. Now it's going to take a good little while, so get ready because I've got multiple Sazerac controlled rum brands. So thank you. Y'all take care now.